Standardized tests are causing an increase in child anxiety. As an educator or parent, I hope you find this information informative and helpful. According to the National Center for Fair and Open Testing, tests that are referred to as standardized are given to students of the same age that are written with the same questions, graded the same way, and are given the same amount of time. Since the mid-1800s, American education have included standardized tests. Statistics show that students ranging from 5 years old to 18 years old are tested about 112 times. Standardized tests were originally created to identify student progress in specific curricular areas. Then, many years later, the No Child Left Behind Act mandated testing in all 50 states to access school progress. Currently, it is up to the states to decide the reasoning that the tests are being given. Some still assess the school progress, while others use student progress to make decisions. Over the years, the purpose of standardized tests have changed, causing more pressure on students to perform well. The results of the tests are taken very serious by parents, educators, administrators, and local governments are being used to measure teacher and school performance. Since the mid-1800s, standardized tests have been given to children in American schools. The tests have consisted of multiple-choice questions, which would be scored the same way no matter the state it was taken in. The test structure has not changed much after all these years. What has changed are the creators of the tests. First, educators from a variety of backgrounds were elected by the U.S. Secretary of Education. Then, any states that chose to participate in Common Core standards were given a completely new test that would be conducted using technology, an iPad, computer, or laptop. Now, states that opted out of Common Core standards are in charge of creating their own state test. Students are aware of the importance of these tests, which adds to the higher levels of stress. The results of the tests are not the only reason students are facing increased stress levels. The way the test is administered heightens the anxiety of children. The tests are timed with complicated instructions, and the rules are inflexible. Who can perform well under those circumstances? These tests can make a difference in a child's future. Some states even use the results to allow a student to move on to the next grade. In a larger scale, standardized tests can cause a student from getting into college. Students understand the importance of doing well in these tests, which is causing increased stress. Students are much more prone to exhibiting test anxiety. Test anxiety can turn into a brutal cycle. The anxiety from one test fuels the anxiety for future tests. Anxiety is a form of stress. A child can experience it in many different forms, physically and emotionally. A child having anxiety for a phase is a normal part of childhood. Anxiety disorders are a common mental health condition. Anxiety can be treatable with treatment. School psychologists reported that test anxiety is more common in elementary age students. However, most of these age students internalize their symptoms. These may be seen as a child that is withdrawn or filled with worry. There are 3 categories that test anxiety fall into: physical, emotional, and cognitive or behavioral. I believe that physical symptoms will mostly be seen by parents because children may use these symptoms as reasons for not attending school. Some of the symptoms include headache, nausea, and stomach pains. A child that excessively cries or is often very worried would be an example of an emotional symptom. A cognitive or behavioral symptom would look as if a child is very restless or is unable to focus. These are some of the symptoms that both an educator and parent should be aware of. Teachers can help eliminate stress by trying these solutions. Teachers can create a positive atmosphere where the energy feels calm and friendly. Self-relaxation techniques can also be very helpful in the classroom. One type of technique that can calm a student down is called mindfulness. This technique allows for the student to take a break and focus on his or her breathing. Everyone needs a brain break at times, especially a child with increased levels of stress. Replace dread with anticipation is helpful because students like getting encouragement and positive messages. Practicing timed tests throughout the year will help students feel more comfortable with limited time to take tests. Involving parents is also very beneficial. Parents are often anxious about their child's performance. Providing a letter with important test information, reminding them to provide their child with a good nutritious breakfast, and encouraging good sleep habits can help relieve stress that these tests may bring to their child. Also explain that their own anxiety can rub off on their children. Students aren't the only ones that need strategies to calm down. Educators and parents can benefit from reminders to try to do something that will help them relax. There are strategies parents can use to help their child cope and manage stress. Parents can listen to their child to notice any expressions of anxiety. Making time to talk with their child about their feelings is really helpful, and then together they can brainstorm ideas of things that their child can do to feel better. Parents should make sure that their child is getting enough sleep and not overscheduling them. Limiting media time is recommended. Parents should also assess how they define success and communicate that with their children. Lastly, increased family time together is really important. Having meals together and talking about each other's day can help eliminate the stresses that child may have been having that day. All children have stress in their lives. Some stress is even good. However, the amount of stress that is being put onto children because of standardized tests is beyond what a child should be feeling. Research continues to show that standardized tests are a large component of children being diagnosed with anxiety. Thank you.